Hello everybody and welcome back to Wilderness Adventures UK. Right, this week I have invited a couple of friends over from the other side of the country to come and spend a weekend in Bluegate Woods. It's one of their birthdays earlier on in the week, so yeah, it was only seemed right that I extend my hand and say, listen, come over, come and see what the woods is like, tell me what you think, give me some ideas. So they're on the way over as we speak, and this video is going to be basically a bit of a vlog of what we get up to all weekend. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start the video by saying sorry about the wind. It's a bit windy and blustery today in Bluegate Woods at least, and it has given rain on and off all weekend, so we are going to get wet and we fully expect this. I'm going to quickly start now before my friends get here, just sorting out this big slab here. I'm moving the camp over. Can you hear that wind? Jeez! Yeah, and just doing a bit of camp admin. I've got a bit of firewood, dry firewood in the car because it has been raining on and off for the last couple of nights. So yeah, I'm not going to show you the boring building of the new fireplace, but I will bring you back once it's done and give you a quick look around it. Right guys, the fire pit's now completed. I'll bring you in for a quick 360 round it, but there it is, just over my shoulder, just there. Furthermore, just here is where the old fire pit used to be. Covered it all up, left no trace, even though it's our woods. It's only respecting the farmer's wishes and just keeping the place tidy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly unload the vehicle, decide where I'm going to dangle for the weekend because I am going to be hammocking, and just crack on with that setup. So a good few hours have gone by, just been doing a bit of admin around camp. So behind me, just there, stack of firewood. I've been cutting down all the little spindly trees, the ones that are dead, no leaves on them at all. I'll take you in close so you can see, all completely dead. And just cropping the rhododendron tree back a little bit just so I can get a bit more room around the campfire. There's deadfall and twigs and stuff everywhere if I bring you back. But over the course of the weekend we're going to be burning all that, starting the fire with it, etc, etc. I just thought I'd take a break, take 5 minutes, get some food in me, get some energy, and then continue doing a bit more admin in the woods. Found an ideal spot for us to use a lavatory. I bought off Amazon, I think it was about 18 quid, like a fold up. It's basically a folding chair, but instead of having a seat to sit on, it's a toilet seat. And I'm going to put it under the yew tree just over there in the corner. I'm going to clear it up just once I've had my dinner. Trim it back a little bit just so you don't get spiked in the eyes when you're taking your dump. And that's where we're going to go to the toilet. It's not too far away from camp. The water source is over that side of the woods, so we're well away from the water source. Although we're not going to be chucking crap on the floor, we're going to be doing it in a bag and taking it out with us, so that's not really a concern. But there's a nice little sheltered covered bit there where, you know, we'll be able to use a tarp and put it up in front and nobody will be able to see us. What a horrible night's sleep last night, guys. Right, this is where I slept last night. Intentions were to get it as close to the ground as I could, just in case the trees blew over or snapped during the night. So when I got in it, my bum was just hovering over the ground. When the wind started, my bum was touching the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly rip this down and I'm going to set up the Dutch Army tent just over there, and I'm going to sleep in the Dutch Army tent early night, or I might have an afternoon nap. But yeah, otherwise I was warm enough. I wasn't cold in any way, shape or form, just rocked the hell out of me and shook the hell out of me. And yeah, also the rain just pelting off the tarp just kept me awake. And I'm quite a light sleeper, so first light is about 4:30. So yeah, I think I woke up really needing a wee. Around sort of 3:15, and then I just couldn't hold it anymore by 5 o'clock, so I got up and I had to get dressed and everything to go for a wee. So I was up and about, so I've been up and about since 5 o'clock this morning, got the fire going and just potted about camp trying to be as quiet as I could not to wake up my friends. But yeah, I'm going to quickly rip this down off camera now and I'm going to set up the Dutch Army tent, and I'll bring you back to see that when it's all done. Right, the new setup is now all in place. Obviously Dutch Army tent, you'll know that just by looking at it. Inside I've got a new sleep mat that I'm dying to try. Paul Mesner did a review of this sleep mat a few weeks ago. Just unzipping, bear with me folks, unzipping. I need to put that in there for later on so I know where it is. But I've got one of these kind can't remember who makes it, but it's one of those that bow in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know what the lighting's like. I've got my pillows in there, and I've got a little foam mattress on the bottom, so that should be comfy as my house bed. Tonight, which I'm really excited about, obviously because I had lack of sleep last night, got a little table, little kitchen area here with my fake jet boil, my cookser. I got a spatula. Not going to use it, but I've got one. But yeah, my little table. I bought the little table from the range, and it folds down all nice and neat. If I remember, I'll do you I'll show it folded later on. But yeah, this is the setup for tonight. DD 3.5 by 3.5 in their camouflage version over the back there that you can see, because obviously these things turn into a boat when it rains, and we have been given a couple of showers. It's going to be like sun showers over the next couple of days, and we're hoping to be here next couple of days. So yeah, that should keep it safe and from turning into a boat. I have got my hoop bivvy with me, so if this does turn into a boat, I will get the hoop bivvy out and I'll spend the night in that. But I can't see this leaking. I mean, we've got loads and loads of coverage here, look, and then it goes straight onto the market stall. So yeah, this should be absolutely perfect. Tea's on. Tonight I was going through Tesco's the other day and I found one of those Heinz lentil curries in the little like packet, like boil in the bag pack, where you're meant to do it in your microwave, aren't you? But I'm boiling it in the bag as you would do an MRE, and I've got some rice that I'm also boiling in the bag. That's going to be my tea for tonight, and if I want supper, I've got a steak left, which is what I had last night, steak and a sweet jacket potato. Yeah, and we're just cracking on socialising. The guys are just behind the camera. They don't want to be on. They don't want to be on camera, which is understandable. No problem with that. And yeah, we're just chilling, having a lovely time now the wind's dropped, because obviously we had 50-mile-an-hour gusts over the night, and they were getting a bit ridiculous. And then the sideways rain started about midnight last night. Yeah, it just wasn't pleasant at all. In fact, one of the trees over by the ruin actually snapped the top off and fell, and just merely missed the ruin actually. So we've got to go and clear up that tree, or drag it to the edge or something, and just do a bit of clearing. But no, they've been a great help. We've done a lot of clearing this weekend, got rid of a lot of dead branches. The willow tree, which I'll show you later on in the video, has all been cropped back, and we've taken all the dead branches off from around the willow tree. We've also cut down a lot of these elderberry trees as well that were dying and struggling, and we've left the branches that are flourishing so they can hopefully bush up and harvest some elderberries later in the year. Alright everybody, I've not really spoken to the camera much at all today because we've been hard at work. I'll take you around and show you all the stuff we've been doing today in the camp in a second, but I'm just going to quickly discuss my night's sleep. Spot on, absolutely amazing. Dutch Army tent. I showed you my sleep system yesterday. Slept a full 10 hours. It was ridiculous. I went to bed quite early, obviously, because I'd only had about 2 or 3 hours the night before. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll take you for a quick walk and just pan around and show you all the work that we've managed to accomplish this weekend in the woods. Right, everybody. So I brought you back quite a few days later. I didn't get to finish the end of the video last week, just mainly because I woke up on the Monday morning groggy as hell, feeling rough. Not because of booze, by the way. I only had 2 cans or something the night before. Just a rough night's sleep, and it does take its toll on you. When you're grafting through the day and then sleeping in a tent at night, it does actually take its toll on you. Obviously your body needs to adjust and everything. But I've just quickly brought you back just to show you all the modifications we did last week. I'm going to start in this corner, because this was the first modification we did. You can see the screen there. We've put a bit of corrugated metal with wire right at the top, very loosely lashed wire. I'll show you the wire just here, just to show we're not choking the tree or anything crazy. It's very, very loose. You can see my hand behind there. And indeed on this is a yew tree, by the way. It's what they make bows out of, for those who want to know. But this is very, very loose. We've not done it tight to choke the tree, just to hold a bit of corrugated metal up. And we've put this screen up. We had this screen dotted about forever. You've probably seen it in various other videos. We've used it as windbreaks and stuff. And this is just wedged under. It's not actually fastened in there at all. Yeah, it's loose. If I pull that, it'll come out. But this is hiding our little camp toilet. So there's our little toilet there. You line it with a bag and you do your business in it. Ladies can wee in it. Obviously it's not nice for ladies weeing in the woods. In this box we just keep stuff, firewood and stuff dry, etc, 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 etc. That was our first modification, making a toilet so where we can go in the woods. Obviously with it only being a small woodland, I didn't want people digging holes, pooping in a hole and then somebody else going and digging up their poop later along the line. So that was the idea behind that. You've seen the market stall. I'm just passing under the market stall now. Just walk you over here just dead quick. The other thing is, you remember the willow tree? This is the willow tree just here, the one that's fallen over. It's coming down at an angle just there. The willow tree had loads of dead branches coming out over here. All this area was unpassable just due to dead branches and stuff. As you can see now, it is now very passable. You can walk in here. All the branches again were dead. We still left a lot of them dotted about. This tree here, I don't know if you can see down there, there's a limb missing. This is that limb. You can see how dead that is. Just all strewn here, and there's another part of it just there. This is all dead elderberry. Took that limb off just to give the tree a fighting chance. As you can see, the whole tree's not dead. There's loads of leaves up there. There are a few more dead branches that we need to come in and just cut off, just to give the tree a chance to thrive, really. It can concentrate on keeping the good bits alive and not the bad bits. Over here, there are still quite a lot of dead branches, but you can see where we've taken it off. These are all strewn across the floor. They were trip hazards. Indeed, there is one still there. You can see it going through. There was 3 or 4 of them. And we just cut them back again to give the tree a fighting chance. It's going to concentrate all its life into the live bits and not the dead bits. There are a few more dead branches. This one, sorry, just here is dead. As well as a few more going up are dead, as well as the other side. We've not even attempted the other side yet. And that's what we did here, just to open this area right up for another ground dwelling or hammocking or whatever you want to use this area for. So what you were just looking at is all the glass we found in the second square, the big square area just here. This grass was under all the leaf litter and twigs and stuff. Farmer's going to be using this with his dogs. So yeah, every time we saw a little bit of glass or a bottleneck sticking up out the ground, we picked it up. There's still loads to do in here. You have to be ever so careful if you're walking around in flip-flops. Obviously you'd never walk around in bare feet in here, but your dogs as well. You have to just watch your dogs on this floor. There's so much broken glass that's accumulated over the year. I'm just looking to find some more, but I think we've done quite a good job. And also shotgun cartridges, old rotten shotgun cartridges, loads of them everywhere, which we've been picking up. Even when I'm shooting, a lot of you know I shoot, I always try to pick up as many cartridges as I can. Can't always guarantee to do them all, but you do try to pick them up. Obviously that wasn't always the case in here. Right, next on our list of stuff we've done is the rhododendron tree. Let me walk you over here. I'm giving loads of stuff away behind me just there. But the rhododendron tree was pretty much touching the floor, and it was a lot wider. The path indeed was overgrown with rhododendron tree coming out, and you couldn't pass too easily. One of the farmers' requests was, cut back everything that's going to poke people in the eyes. We're going to be using this wood to shoot. We're going to be walking through it with dogs. Yeah, and obviously people, so we don't want trees and twigs taking people's eyes out. So if you look at it from this angle, obviously I'm right next to the ruin at the moment. You can see right the way through, proper passable now. It's my head height. I didn't want to take it up too high, so it's my head height. It's about 5, maybe 6 foot, 5.5, 6 foot tall. There you go, you can see that just above my head there. Probably about 6 foot tall, so your average heighted person and not your giants will be able to pass under there no problem. Also, the rhododendron tree came out to about 6 foot away from the fire pit. That's all cut right back now. Cut it right back to give us loads more room here. Everything that we cut that we couldn't burn, i.e. it was green or rhododendron, you can't burn rhododendron, it gives off a gas that can be quite harmful, we dragged to the perimeter. A, to give us a bit more cover, but B, to give the birds cover when they're shooting it later in the year. Obviously the pheasants and the birds will go under there to roost. They'll put the dogs in, flush the pheasants out, etc, etc. That's how it works for those that don't know. Finally on the list is the scaffolding structure. Now the scaffolding structure was over in the car area at the back of the woods, way over there. We dismantled it, carried it through, and we started, brainstorming on what we could do with it, because originally we were going to put it up around the ruin and build some sort of shelter over the ruin. The ruin's not ready yet. It's still got loads of debris in it. There's still bricks everywhere. So there was no point in setting up the scaffolding structure in the ruin to take it all back down, because it'd just be in the way. So we've decided to put it up here for the next foreseeable. What we're going to do with this at a later date is we're going to cover it in tarps, maybe wood, maybe a natural, obviously as natural as it can be, and make it into a bit of a shelter. We are going to start pretty soon. I mean, Leon's here today. Leon is behind me just there. There's the man. Yeah, so we're gonna start looking into how we can utilise and make this into a bit more. There's a bit of glass there. Make it into a bit more of a better structure. There's another bit of glass there. Can you see that? I'll go and chuck it in our bucket. If you are coming in here, I know the farmer watches these, but if you are bringing your dog, just watch his paws, mate. There's just still so much more on the ground. But yes, I digress. Yeah, we're going to carry on making some sort of sides on the shelter, and we're just going to have it as like almost a bug out shelter, if you know what I mean. Something that's going to stay up in the woods that we can just go, Leon, do you fancy coming out in 10 minutes? Yep, and we just come out here, bring the fishing beds, and we're set up for the night more or less. Might use heavy duty carps like what I've done on the trailer, just so we can put a flue through the roof and have the log burner in there. It's a fair old size. If I sit this here and I quickly run over there, stand under it, you just get the feel of how big this thing actually is. I mean, that's 5 foot, and there's at least another 2.5 foot either side of my hand, and it's the same square all the way around. So it's a good, probably 10 foot either side. It's a fair old structure. And that, guys, is going to conclude the video for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've managed to get a ton work with Andy and Lou. Thank you very much for all your help. Couldn't have done it without you. Well, I could have, but it would have taken me like 10 days, whereas it took 3 with you guys. So thank you very much for all your help. Welcome back anytime. In fact, we're already in talks. They are going to come back in a few weeks' time. But yeah, we're just going to crack on now and just fire a few ideas about what we're going to do with this structure. Nothing, again, too permanent, because we have got bigger plans for it. Anyway, guys, hope this video finds you all well. Please click that like button for me if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. You all take care.